And you all know what time it is. Hello, welcome to Wildcat Wednesday.
Wild card, bitches! Yeah!
Come on. Thank you. I have no clue what that button was doing, but hello, everybody. How's it going? We're live again. It's Wildcard Wednesday for your 26th of June, 2024. This is the last wild card of the month of June and the last wild card before 4th of July. So hope everybody's had a productive June. And if we don't see you, anybody in the chat before 4th of July, be happy, safe, merry, and drink responsibly and all that good stuff. And yeah, so if you haven't been here on this channel and this video before, this is again the Wildcard Wednesday. The only admittance fee here is a beverage. Please bring a beer, wine, or spirit, really any adult beverage, and let's have some fun. The only other real stipulation is to not be a douche. You douche, as I like to say, check your bags at baggage claim before you come in. Let's not
Yeah, Bobby.
terrible stream. Oh, that yeah. Let's keep it nice, fun, and lively, shall we? And with the people on the chat and the panel that we got today, here we go. We're gonna announce. Well, there he is. He's coming back. I can see the shadow. Bumpy. There he is. Bumpyisms. Great state of New Hampshire. Cool. Thanks for joining, Bumpy. We got from the great state of Oregon the beer man.
Hi.
The nose of knowledge and the brewer of the Bubble Gut craft beer. There you go. From the great state of Arizona, we got Sparkle, Art by Sparkle. Cheers. Welcome back.
Cheers.
And from the great state of Rhode Island, we have Tanner from the East Coast Liquor Reviews channel of YouTube.
Cheers, everyone.
Bang. And you all know where you're at here. This is the Masters Beer Reviews show of YouTube. I am Thomas Mel 75 here in southeastern Massachusetts. So again, if you haven't been here, we go around to each person in the panel. We do 4 different rounds of that. The first round is going to be your presentation and pouring of whatever beer, wine, or spirit you're going to bring. Second round will be just the review portion. Save your final thoughts and grades until round 3. And then round 4, we'll do a little shout out for everybody's YouTube channel. And go ahead and shout out at that time anybody else on the YouTube platform that you think that the fine folks watching the program here should be watching. So very cool stuff. Let's see who's in the chat so far. We got Jeremy Vincent. What's up, JV's Hangout? Thanks for joining. Nightbot Eat Rocks. Hell no. And never heard of that one before. What's the show about? Ooh, you know about this show. Thank you, Nightbot. There you go. You can support on PayPal if you would like. Anyways, we're going to get around to round 1. With that button, maybe with that one. We'll go to Bumpy up there. And Bumpy, you can let us know what beer, wine, or spirit you're bringing.
Bringing a beer.
All right.
It's a beer from Modest Man. They're out of Keene, New Hampshire. Beer is called Royalty. A double IPA. It's got a nice sapphire diamond there in the center. That's my birthstone. I don't really know if it's a sapphire. Just kidding. 8.5% ABV. Double IPA. With the hops of Mosaic, Nectaron, Strata, and Citra.
Nice.
No canned on date. Foam's a little bit out of the top.
Ooh.
It pours.
Let's get a look. No, Bumpy. Let's go to Bumpy, not beer menu.
Look at the suds.
Yo.
It
Hello.
looks like that.
Sudsy.
Boy, beautiful.
Bababooey.
Yeah. Tight knit, frothy whitehead, yellow, milky
Murky.
body. All right. Cheers.
Great. Thanks, Bumpy. Modest man. All right. Modest man to beer man.
All right, man. Modest man. This one is from Imprint Beer Company out of Hatfield, Pennsylvania. And it's called Monstars.
Oh,
And it doesn't have an ABV on the can anywhere. I had to ask him, and he looked it up, and it's an 8%. So it is a double, hopefully a New England. I have no idea. It's in New English. I should say. Well, hazy, let's say. Double dry hopped hazy double IPA Monstars. There you go. That's what it looks like.
cool labeling.
Little label.
So Imprint's pretty good. I've had some good ones from them. This was a can though 214. Holy moly! I have another one to stand by if it's as bad.
Looks like rat rod artwork there or something.
Yeah,
Car culture.
it looks all right, sort of color wise, I guess.
Ooh.
Dog by the way.
So it's got a bit of a milkiness. It smells all right, so I will keep it. Cheers. Hell yeah.
Roast. Beer, wine, or spirit we shall see in the great state of Arizona.
All right. So, what I have here for you today is Deep Eddy Ruby Red Grapefruit Flavored Vodka.
Woo!
Oh,
And it is 70 proof. And we have a pink grapefruit tree in the backyard. And this looks just like the grapefruit meat. And a little hard to see with the color, but it is. It looks just like the center of a pink grapefruit.
Heck yeah.
And I like to make margaritas out of this.
That sounds good. Well,
Yep.
cheers.
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 We'll come back to Tanner in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, Tanner, we're going to come back to you. Bam. Put everybody in order they came in so I don't mess this up. All right. I don't think I've done a review on this beer, and it's kind of sort of everywhere in New England, and it's from Tanner's home country of Rhode Island. The Whalers Brewing Company and their flagship beer, and they're out of Wakefield, Rhode Island. This is their Whalers Rise APA
Ooh.
Ale Ale. There you go. I don't think I've ever reviewed this, and if I have, well, here's your second review, I guess.
That's very cool.
Is American Pale Ale. This is 5.5% ABV. American Pale Ale, and their website, whalers.com, says a bright citrus aroma leads to a pleasantly smooth body with a subtle pop spice that lingers in the background. And you can get this beer, let's see, for $16.99 a 6-pack at halftimebeverage.com. And they seem to think it is a 2 out of 5 hop cones. And they say the American Pale Ale style beer is best paired with pan Asian food salads and also tastes great with earthy style cheeses such as Camembert and Fontina, nutty style cheeses such as Asiago, Kobe, Parmesan, and tangy cheeses like feta. All right.
Wow.
Boom. Yeah, it's everywhere in New England, and I think, forget if it was USA Today, there was an article, I'll have to find it at some point, that ranked Whalers one of the fastest growing breweries, one of the 25 fastest growing breweries in the United States.
So it was more like USA Yesterday.
USA Not Today,
Yeah.
And I got this orangey glow over here for some strange reasoning, but I can assure you the beer is a little more. Let me see if I can turn up the light. Yeah, that's a little better. There you go. Cheers. Nice two-finger head. We'll see what she's like. We'll go back to Tanner so he can present the beer of his choosing, or wine or spirit.
All right. Cheers. Sorry about that. Yeah, I had to use the bathroom. So I have also a beer. I'm trying to see exactly where this is from. I'm sure once I show it, you guys probably know. I have Asahi Super Dry. Is this
Asahi, nice.
so I think it's a Japanese beer?
Yeah, you might find on the label if it was contract brewed somewhere
Nice.
else around the world.
Rice powder.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look it up. It says product of Italy. Very weird.
Yeah, maybe it's Heineken International
But
Brew.
it's got like the Japanese writing, Chinese lettering. I'm gonna have to look it up. But yeah, so I saw this in the store. I've heard some good stuff about it. Apparently, I think this is I want to say Chinese beer because I'm pretty sure this is one of the ones that if you go to like a Chinese restaurant, it's one of the beers that they'll have most commonly. So yeah, I thought I'd give it a shot. This bottle was like $4. So it's 1 pint, 5 ounces. So it's 21 ounces. Definitely a different size bottle. Check them out at AsahiSuperdry.com. It's 5% alcohol by volume. And it says best before 12/11/2024.
Nice.
We do have a best before date on the back there.
Cool.
Hello.
What?
You get the drift. Unreal.
Yeah.
All right. Let's crack this open. Pour it up. In my Dollar Tree glass. $1.25 for this thing. And this is probably one of the thickest glasses that I've used.
Yeah.
So it's got
Nice.
that, straw color to it. We'll see what it's all about. Cheers, guys.
Okay. Thanks, Tanner.
Cheers.
All right, we're gonna go into round 2 and start our review portion of the program with bumpyisms and the modest man beer.
Royalty, double IPA. Aromas. First initial hit. Maybe a slight dankiness. Yeah, I'm gonna say dank. There's also like this onion, dank onion.
Yummy.
Oh, wow.
Slight like citrusy, maybe like a lime or a lemon type note. Let's get closer. Yeah, maybe a little floral action going on with still that kind of lemon lime. The dankness kind of goes away a little bit. It gets kind of like hidden. But yeah, I can see like a little onion, maybe even a touch of garlic. All right, cheers.
Wow.
Cheers. Yeah, man.
Gross. Please don't be delicious. No, no, be delicious.
So it's not like a smooth, like velvety, creamy mouthfeel. It's one of those just
There we go.
boom, it's a body of a beer. Very, very, very drying on this one. Extremely drying palate. I'd say it's like a medium body. Carbonation's moderate. It is. It's very kind of oniony. There's a little hints of like lime or lemon. Maybe some like slight garlic, piney finish, piney and grassy. Just lingers on. Bitterness, I'd say, is moderately high. Kind of a little bit earthy toned as well. Maybe a slight umami-ness going on with this one. Still comes back, hits with a little bit of like a lemon or a lime type of citrus. That's basically it for any fruit notes I get. Then it's onion, garlic, grass, dank, piney, earthy tone.
What did you say the ABV was?
ABV is 8.5%. It drinks like a double IPA, and that may just be because of the bitterness, because it does have like a bitterness that hits that does linger on. As far as any like alcoholic type feelings or anything like that, no. There's no like alcoholic touch to it. There is definitely like a dry hop, like a bit of a hop burn thing going on for sure. It's very interesting. Wouldn't have expected those flavor notes with the hops that were used for sure. Mosaic, I would have been looking for blueberry, berry type. Sometimes you can get some pine out of Mosaic. Nectaron, I would have been looking for like orange, citrusy, maybe peach-like type notes.
Sure.
Strata, I would have been looking for strawberry, some more berry going on. In Citra, I mean, that's anywhere from citrusy, peachy, grapefruit, lychee, sometimes even. So very interesting that I'm getting onion, garlic, grassy, dank, and pine with just a touch of like a lemon and lime. So
Complex beer.
all right.
Wow.
As far as the malt, I mean, I didn't mention it, so it's not like a real big player in this. It's there, I guess. Weedy. Cheers.
Cheers.
You bumpy.
Cheers,
You're
Bobby.
Zantac for that hop burn. Come on now.
Hot burn.
Fucking hop burn. Oh,
Oh, my bird.
that crappy Boston accent. Hop burn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here he goes. Side beer.
I had to get my palate adjusted. 8% Monsters from Imprint Beer Company. Jesus. Pennsylvania, Hatfield. Okay, 8%. Let's smell it. So, orange seems to be the big one here. I need the can, kind of. Orange. Like really sweet navel oranges. Little grapefruit. Slight mango. Very juicy though. It's got a very. It's almost got like a like an older fruit, like a very ripe fruit smell. So it's got that sweetness. It's got that like almost passing. You don't want to eat that fruit anymore kind of time.
Overripe.
Overripe. Yeah.
That's the one.
You might want to put that in your slushy.
Whoa.
Okay. I can't really smell a lot with this, and I can't stir it around because it's too high. But yeah, no, it's a hazy one though. It's got, man, there's a dirty glass syndrome. The dirty glass mafia. No, that's like a lot of that's stuff. That's sediment. There's a lot of sediment in this. Hops, yeast, whatever's
Cheers.
in there. Totally unfiltered. Bottom of the when they put this can together, it was from the bottoms. hazy though. Let's drink it. Cheers.
Cheers. Maybe be delicious.
Cheers, beer man.
It's not tasting old at all. It's not bad. It just tastes like Jello, orange Jello, orange Jello, or like with a bit of white grape and pineapple grapefruit. It's I don't know, man. It's hard to explain this one.
What was the style again?
It's a double hazy IPA.
Double hazy. Okay.
It's full bodied, full medium body. It's rather thick with all that stuff inside there. I feel like I'm taking down cottage cheese.
Whoa! This is a wild beer.
And the ABV was
8%.
okay. Sorry.
No, you're all right.
You said cottage cheese?
Mouthfeel's soft. It does have a sweetness, but it also has a bitterness. It seems like it's a little more. It's more on the grapefruit kind of. If you were to like eat a grapefruit with a little sugar, but not as much sugar as would take away from the grapefruit's bitterness. Like just a pinch of sugar over some pink grapefruit, and that's kind of what I get out of this. Because there is a sweetness. Orange is big. It's turning. I'm starting to get a little bit of tea, but it's not quite there yet. It's like starting to kind of. And this is from like 214, man. 214 this year. So it held up pretty well. It's just there's a lot of chunkage in there, and it's kind of gross feeling. Like it makes it feel than it is. It's nasty, but it's got a dry finish. Alcohol's kind of there, but not really. Overall, if it was fresh and it was like canned at the top of the fucking thing and not the bottom, towards the end of their keg, I probably would have had a really good beer here. So, cheers.
All spun out chunky.
Yeah. Cheers. I never thought of a beer as cottage cheese, but cheers. Let's go over to Laura if she's ready after that little video clip.
I apologize. I have a bad case of the hiccups, so
Uh-oh.
I need to eat some peanut butter. But anyway. Okay. Delightful grapefruit smell. You really can't smell the alcohol. The alcohol. Maybe I need a few of these. I don't know.
Reverse the hiccups.
Yeah, right. Oops.
So, hell yeah.
It has like a sweetness, like you've put it maybe in a margarita or mixed it with something with sugar. So let's just have a little taste here.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.
It is definitely a punch of grapefruit. And you can certainly taste that it's vodka. A little sharp.
Cheers.
But it leaves an incredible sweetness on the tongue and lets you know that you've had something with grapefruit for quite a while. It's delightful. There's a bit of bitterness under the tongue, after doing the shot, but it's not unpleasant. It's kind of that the pithiness of the grapefruit under the tongue, and the rest of it just remains sweet and really nice and really citrus. Like I said, I use these to make margaritas. I've got Quave Hero, thank you. You know what I'm saying. Um, they're a mix. They're a margarita mix that's tangerine, grapefruit, and it already has tequila in it. Sometimes I'll add some of this for a little bit more grapefruit, or I'll add actually some fresh grapefruit juice from our tree. So it makes a really delightful margarita. And I like this because it gives it that extra punch rather than just, relying on some sort of um, mix for a margarita. So it is really, really nice. It's very clear, very clean, um, not at all chunky, and not chunky, not funky, and but it's nice. It's very clean, very nice, and actually quite refreshing, even on the rocks. Um, I tend to do this. I don't do this straight very often, but if I want a quick hit and I just don't want the plain vodka, I'll take, a shot of this. And that just sort of, gives me some flavorings. I have a lot of flavored vodkas like blueberry lemonade and things like that. And I like that, because it has to be a really good vodka to just do a straight shot
Yeah.
or just do it on the rocks. And, the only one that I found where I can do that is that Americana vodka that I've talked about before. So they have a flavored vodka. Um, this is one of the really good ones. So I would recommend it. It mixes great, even just with juice, with grapefruit juice, or even orange juice if you want an orange grapefruit flavor. So it's nice. And I've tried a couple different um, flavored vodkas, but this Deep Eddy actually comes out with some pretty nice ones, strawberry, and I'm not sure, they don't do a lot, but the Deep Eddy, it says Dive In Deep Eddy, it's from Austin, Texas, and they are probably one of the purest flavored vodkas that I've had. And I tend to lean toward this. And if I find that they have maybe a new flavor or something I haven't tried, I always try to go um, for the Deep Eddy.
Nice.
All right.
There you are.
Good. There you have it. Thank you, Sparkle. Really do. Right. Let's go over to Tanner. The Acai.
Right. Cheers, everyone. So yeah, this is a Japanese rice lager.
Cheers.
Acai, super dry. It actually does say under the supervision of Japanese master brewers. So 5%. Like I said, nice clear straw color. A little bit of that foamy white ring at the top there. Good amount of effervescence. It's pretty much died out though. But yeah, let's go for the nose. So I do get the you get that kind of syrupy sweetness. So they're using rice, but you still kind of get that kind of like corn syrup like sweetness with this. It's a little got a little bit of a breadiness and slightly citrusy. So it's got a little bit of like a lemony kind of floral, flowery aspect to it. But yeah, for the most part, it smells. It's kind of got that malt liquor vibe. Um, so it's kind of got that a little bit more kind of boozy, malty aspect to it. Touch of like that. I don't want to say dirty grain, but that kind of like funky kind of grain. It is in a brown bottle, so I wouldn't necessarily say it's skunky, but like I said, it's got kind of that like malt liquor vibe on the nose. But it is made with rice, so if they're using rice, I wonder if they're using any kind of like syrup sweetness or like corn syrup added to it as in addition to the rest. So I don't know, but yeah, like I said, it's got kind of that syrupy, malty sweetness, slightly bready, a little flowery, floral, citrus. Let's try it out. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Okay, so very nice prickly carbonation. A little lemony, flowery, floral. But yeah, it's kind of got that malt liquor kind of malty sweetness to it, which I personally like. I love malt liquor. I'm not saying that in a bad sense. Hopefully nobody interpreted that as me knocking the beer. Yeah. Kind of reminds me of like that malty, grainy flavor that you would get from maybe like a Colt 45, maybe even like Steel Reserve, minus that kind of boozy aspect. I would say it's a little bit more kind of like bready and floral, flowery. I can see why they're saying super dry. It does have a good amount of astringency, but definitely not bitter. Light bodied, of course. Carbonation, like I said, it's got good carbonation. I would say medium going towards high carbonation. I can see this working really well with some Chinese food or some type of like lo mein or some type of actually this will really work with that General Tso's chicken that I always buy.
Ooh.
That would be a good combo. Yeah, it's crisp, it's drinkable. It's kind of got that more malt liquor kind of vibe. Now it's made with rice, so I will say it's definitely distinct from Budweiser because Budweiser uses that like birchwood kind of thing or whatever they use.
Right.
So I wouldn't say it tastes like a Budweiser, but yeah, it's solid. It's crisp. It's drinkable. It's nothing to really write home about, but I can see it pairing very well with Chinese food, Japanese food, and maybe even some other foods too. Like this probably work good with like some spicier stuff, like a curry or something like that. Yeah, I like it. So I'll sit and sip on it and come up with a number. So
What
cheers.
was the ABV again?
This was straight up 5%.
5%. Okay, thank you.
So cheers.
Go. Rice lager. Yeah, sometimes you read the canning on or the bottling on those kind of beers, and they'll tell you, since it's such like a global brand, they'll tell you where it was brewed. And you were talking about Italy, so maybe possibly that's, I don't know if it's owned by Anheuser-Busch or Heineken International. I don't know. I know when you look at a bottle of Kirin Ichiban, it will say under in the United States, it'll say under strict supervision of Kirin at Anheuser-Busch in I think it's in Los Angeles. So you never know.
Oh, it's Peroni.
Okay, now that makes sense. Yep.
Brewed and packaged in Italy by Birra Peroni.
I would guess it's Heineken International, but I don't know.
Imported by Asahi Beer. So
So
whoever owns Peroni.
I would guess it Heineken International. All right. We're going to talk about Made in Rhode Island, Whalers Rise. I had to have reviewed this before on a stream, but whatever. I haven't done it recently.
Did you drink that when we went to the brewery, Eric? Did you have that one?
I think I tried stuff that I really hadn't, honestly.
Okay.
But this is always a good beer on tap anywhere you go. You can't see that, but that says the 30th of May 2024, 5.5%. I don't know anything about hops or anything like that, so your guess is as good as mine with the flavor profile I will describe. It is sediment rich, but it is like super fine, granular kind of sediment, almost like suspended sand from an hourglass or something. You can probably maybe see that. Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Carbonation. It was about a 2.5 finger head. Now it's a nice 1 finger around the top of the liquid. Nice orangey, sort of orangey, marmalade looking color, I guess. All right, so the aroma, there is a nice toasty, bready more toasty, crackery, a biscuity. That's the word I'm looking for. Toasty, biscuity kind of a note to this beer. There's a caramel sweetness in this. There's a pale maltiness, obviously a pale ale, American style. There's a citrusy hop presence to the beer for sure. They say a bright citrus aroma, which I can definitely see that. And they also talk about hop spices, so I can definitely see that too. Maybe a little bit of lemony notes or lemongrassy note. That caramel and that citrus and that toasty biscuity thing are the stars of the show. So let's get into it. Cheers to Tanner's home state and next state over for me, at least my second home.
Cheers.
Spoilers rise, APA. Okay, now that has gotten a little bit on the room temperature side, but not too bad. That's much nicer, colder. No detraction from the beer. I would agree with this bright citrusy note, definitely. There's a, no pun intended on Rhode Island being next to the water, though, but there is a slight salinity, if that makes any sense. That could be the sharpness of some hops. It's very dry, not bone dry. And I'm definitely getting left with a little touch of the dank garlic or in the onion thing like Bumpy was talking about in his beer, but it's by far more subdued than that. The same notes are coming out from the aroma, so it's it's a very round beer so far. Consistency is there. There's that toasty caramel kind of a biscuity note in there. There's the bright citrus notes. There's a little bit of a floral herbal. What am I trying to say here? Floral herbal. That lemony note in there. Maybe there's a slight tea note, but that has nothing to do with oxidization. I can assure you of that. Tea notes in your beer doesn't necessarily mean it's oxidized beer. It's a medium style on the, or as Rajay would say, it's a medium type feel. It's a medium type feel. Cheers to Rajay. Yeah, medium type feel, pretty crisp, clean for the most part. I mean, you're getting left with most of the hop bitterness is at towards the back end, but it's pretty clean and quick finishing for the most part. I think it's ultra refreshing. I think if you're in New England and or your name is Beer Man and you're coming in September, yeah, this is definitely one you're gonna find everywhere, and you should be able to try that. Hell yeah!
I'll be coming in September.
Before I wrap up here, is it really similar to a New England kind of a pale ale? Not really. I mean, there might be a slight touch of a juice note to it, but I would say it's kind of more classical to pale ales in this country, and maybe even more leaning on the direction of the West Coast, kind of more bready malt forward, more bitter citrus back end punch to the beer. Would you agree with that, Tanner?
So that beer has always been kind of unique in the sense that it's an American pale ale, but it reminds me of kind of like a hoppy lager in the aspect that it's very bready and crisp.
Yep.
And clean like a lager. It's very crisp, clean like a lager, and it's very bready. That's why I've always thought it's kind of got like a hoppy lager kind of vibe.
Oh, the bready note is so prevalent. The malt, it's very malt driven. That's a good way to put that. This is a very malt driven beer, and yeah, it is pretty clean. I say pretty clean, with the caveat that I think the finishing flavors are where you're getting all of the hop bitterness, but it does clean pretty quickly and dry. And when you swirl that beer,
Beautiful.
Nice. Good.
Beautiful.
Very good. So yeah, I will sip and think of a score. I think I'm gonna have to use where I'm going.
You buy
I have to use what I had from the beer today and my personal recollection. It's still pretty good.
Did you buy a 6-pack or?
Yeah, I got a 6-pack for during Father's Day. Yeah.
How much it cost you? Like $10 or something?
Happy
Yeah,
Father.
that's a good question. I forget what I paid for that. It was pretty-
Usually, I think they're like $10 usually for a 6.
It's like $12 here for a 6-pack. $11.99.
It's not super expensive. Let me just look this up really quickly. If you go to our local Yankee Spirit, you can get Whalers Rise. Yeah, I guess you're right, Tanner. You can get Whalers Rise for about the $10.99 mark in my local immediate area.
Can I ask a general question?
Yeah, go ahead.
A general question. When you say a light dank, does dank always mean that it has like an onion garlic kind of thing?
Yeah, I think of it that way. I think of it that way, and I also think of some earthy notes, and I think of
Marijuana.
yeah, and I think
Vegetal.
I
Kind
know.
of vegetal.
Vegetal. Okay.
It's
Vegetal.
really dry. Would you say the dryness kind of plays into that, everybody, when you say dank?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Doesn't necessarily have to be cottonmouth, but yeah, very earthy vegetal notes. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.
And lots of times pine plays into that too.
Yeah, because you can distinctively smell like hop resin. Like you could notice hop resin. You know?
That makes sense. Yeah.
Okay. That helps me a lot. Thanks.
Yeah.
You got it. You put everybody in the order they will receive. That looks
Appreciate that.
right. There you go. Wait a minute. Wait, I'm not doing this right. Is that right? That looks right. There you go. I got it. Cool. All right. We're going to go to round 3. Not 4 yet. We're going to go to round 3 where each individual person will be brought up. And however you do your own personal ratings, whether it's a number, a grade, or just final thoughts and conclusions, we're going to do that. Not that button.
Excuse
Not that
me.
button. We'll use this button. Hello. And yeah, let's conclude on the beer we're drinking and vodka. Let's go with Bumpy and the Modest Man. Final thoughts, Bumpy.
Yeah. So it's one of those beers that does change as it kind of sits as you drink it. It is pretty heavy. I mean, I'm still just kind of sipping on it. I did lay down on the floor there for a while and pet my dog Sadie as well. So give me some time to not drink the beer. I can see a little bit of other notes coming through now. It's starting to kind of lighten up a little bit. I still get that kind of oniony garlic dankness, but I'm noticing some maybe like lychee type notes starting to come through. Maybe a little touch of like a passion fruit to papaya. As well, but it still has all the other factors. But it's definitely starting to kind of open up a bit more and allow a lot of different notes to come through as well, which is interesting. It's kind of a changing beer. It doesn't just
Nice.
seem to stay as a single
Nice.
note. It's interesting. It's kind of a complex brew. I'm not quite sure what to think about it. I definitely wouldn't land it in the excellent range. It didn't wow me. I mean, to me, I would like kind of like what Alex would want, a creamier, like just soft palate, you know. It definitely doesn't bring that. It is drying, but it's different. I'm kind of like borderline, like I'm just gonna say very good. I'm just gonna like swat it up into that very good category. Yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
Nice.
Very good. Thank you, Bumpy.
Very good, not excellent.
Nice.
But better than just good.
That's good.
Yeah.
Cheers, Bobby.
Thank you, Bumpy. All right, the beer man.
Oh man. All right, so this beer had Citra, Strata, and Simcoe hops. So just kind of
Good combo.
yeah. Grapefruit came through pretty big. Danky came through the Strata. Simcoe. The only reason I know this so spot on is because I'm looking at shit. But Simcoe, I'm not that smart. Yeah, I'd say there's a little passion fruit and pine resin, a little apricot too. A lot of orange as well. I think maybe even coming from the Citra with the citrusy aspect. Everything pulls through. It's all still there too. You can taste it from the middle of February till now. I mean, it's kept it quite well. I mean, I'd say. I mean, what's that? How many months is that? 3, 4, 5, 6, 4 months. 4 months in the can, and it's held up pretty well. So good for them. Imprint beer
Oh yeah.
company. But I would give this. I'd give it like a 92 out of 100. 92.
Ooh.
Yeah, not too bad.
It's a good score.
Something to purchase again if I see it a little fresher next time.
Cool.
Cheers, cheers.
Nice.
Yeah. Let's go over to Art by Spargo for the final.
Made it just in time. Yeah, like I said, I really like Deep Eddy. I would put this at like a 98%. Bird Dog makes another flavored vodka. This happens to be their blackberry lemonade, and Bird Dog is okay, but it doesn't seem as rich or as full as the Deep Eddy flavored vodkas. So I would put this at a 98% when I compare it to some of the other flavored vodkas that I've had. Smirnoff does pretty well also. But again, they don't, to me, they don't seem to be as rich in the flavor as the Deep Eddy. So I would put this one at a 98 because of its solid, even flavor. And, in just comparing it to the others I've had, this one seems to be at the top of my list so far.
All right.
Nice.
Cool.
Very good. Thank you, Sparkle. Nice. We're going to go to Tanner. He's getting ready.
All right. So the acai super dry, pretty good. I like it. It kind of does remind me of a Heineken, actually. Now that you were talking about Heineken, the flavor profile is kind of like a Heineken. Now it's in the brown bottle, but there is kind of that like musty kind of skunky aspect to it, which I don't mind. I kind of like that in Heineken. But yeah, it's very drinkable. I would say, yeah, probably drier than your. It's not like they put super dry on it, but it's not like it's astringent to the point where you need to wash down the finish with a glass of water. But it does have a little bit of a astringency. I wouldn't necessarily say bitter. The sweetness from the malts definitely cuts through it. Works pretty good. I can see this beer working pretty good with some spicy stuff, like I said, like a General Tso's or maybe some curry or something.
Sounds good.
As far as the number, I would give this probably around like B plus range, like let's say 88. I feel 88 is fair. If I went to a bar or if I went to a Chinese food or Japanese food or like a sushi place, something like that, and they had this, and maybe even on draft, I would be like, oh yeah, I'll take that. If they had it on draft, I'd be like, that's awesome. Let me try that. But yeah, if this was a beer to pick from to eat with some food like that, I would totally go for it. Solid, and I'd recommend it too.
Cool.
And I've seen some other people try this before, and I don't think I've really seen it too often, or maybe it just hasn't stood out to me. But yeah, solid. So cheers, guys.
Nice. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, man.
All roast. All right. Pumpy goes there. You go there. You go there. You're all in order. Nice. Okay. So we've been talking about Whaler's Rise from the Whaler's Brewing Company. In case I didn't say it, I may have said it once in the review from Wakefield, Rhode Island, from along the Narragansett Bay in Rhode Island, south coast of Rhode Island. So, as we conclude with the beer, and as Tanner so rightfully pointed out with this beer, super drinkable, very bready, malty upfront flavors. Has I guess it does almost have a lagering feel. It's like really that crispness of the beer's body, that easy drinkability. It's got the nice bitterness towards the very back end, and it's pretty dry for the most part. Again, I say that as a caveat in case you're not super into bitter finishing beers. There's a little bit of that to this beer, but not super over the top or anything like that. So it would be a good beer to possibly introduce somebody into the idea of hops, I would say, or to somebody that's never really had these kind of beers. Now it is a dry hop. I just never mentioned that until now, so that checks out that it's dry hop. So, including with prior experiences with the beer, I know we probably shouldn't really keep that in mind when we're scoring beers, I suppose, but I've always had a good experience with this particular beer. I would recommend this to most craft beer fan, to any craft beer fan, honestly. And I wouldn't go any lower than a 90 on that, on the Whaler's Rise. So I'll give it a 90. I will have picked it up on numerous occasions, and I like drinking it on tap too. It comes out pretty good. Yeah, go to the brewery. It's at they don't have the address there, but go to whalers.com, I believe, and they're on Instagram at Whalers Brewing. Oh, they say it's 100. No, not 100. They say it's 20 IBUs. That checks out. That checks out. So yeah, 90 out of 100. Good stuff.
Nice.
All right, so we're gonna go into the fourth round and start to conclude on our show this evening. Thanks for everybody that showed up on the chat, in the chat, and on the panel here. So we're gonna talk about we're gonna have everybody talk about their platform on YouTube, what they do on their channel, and let us know what's going on. Let us know anybody you think on the social media platform of YouTube that we should be checking out. So everybody here's got a YouTube page, and their name in the red box will tell you their channel name. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. You'll know if we have a premiere of a video, if we have just a new video uploaded, or if we do something like this where we go live for anybody. So let's go over to Bumpy Isms, and the floor is yours, sir.
All right. Well, it looks like that beer at Tanner's girlfriend's place there, sitting down having a beer.
Was.
Anyways, I'm gonna throw somebody into the comments right there. This is Tasting History with Max Miller. Very interesting channel. I was up last night just watching stuff, drinking whiskey and everything else, and came across this guy that was talking about what they may have eaten back in the Western days, back in the saloons. So
Nice.
yeah, so he made the bean, like a bean recipe that he found, like a baked bean recipe that he found back then, and he went through and talked about saloons back in the old days and
Cool.
what he found as far as like what was written down for different foods and just descriptions of what it was like. So it's pretty interesting. Does a bunch of different history food stuff, like what were they eating on the Oregon Trail, stuff like that. Yes, check it out. They were eating people.
Yeah.
Oh, Oregon Trail.
That was the Donner's Pass, right?
Yummy.
Today I cooked somebody.
I cooked his foot and it was yummy.
Yeah, the Oregon Trail. Large intestine, please. Large intestine number 1. On my channel, I have beer reviews putting out. I got some videos posting that John and Ellie and I, he was over and we had some beers. Those are a bit longer format, but still sometimes having company is fun. So sometimes there's some silly moments, and we usually drink a lot and get tipsy. So
Yeah, it's usually
you'll probably start to notice some stupidity.
Yeah, sometimes there's some silly moments where your friend knocks your beer glass out of your hand.
Sometimes,
Yeah,
but that's when I was completely sober.
Oh dear.
The frozen pizza reviews, doing those as well, my channel, and sometimes I'll be cooking. So yeah, check them out. Got we posted the first one today, and there's going to be 3 consecutive days of stuff coming out as of right now. We'll be
Great.
working on maybe tomorrow, trying to get some more stuff edited. I've got a lot of catching up to do, especially when it comes to my beer reviews. So I have too many cans over here just waiting to be edited. I save all the cans so I can have it right there for reference when I'm editing. So yeah,
Nice.
I've got a lot.
That's very nice.
And I don't want stuff that I'm drinking now to be put out 4 or 5 months from now, and that's kind of where I'm heading at this point. So yeah.
Cool.
Right. Cheers.
Well, thanks, Bumpy. We'll go over to
Cheers, Bobby.
Beer Man to do his little spiel.
All right. Yeah, so Tanner was the winner of the month for All Spun Out, so he's gonna have something sent to him from myself. I am brewing a beer. Hopefully next Thursday. If you could be patient, I might send you a few of those actually, and it'll just be you and I on a panel, and we'll call that your gift, or I can send you whatever the hell. But
Yeah, it doesn't matter to me, bro.
but I'd love for you to try that. It'd be cool. Yeah, we're going to Boston soon, so a couple months out, but I'm looking forward to that very much.
Yeah.
Want to shout out Northwest Small Batch Brewing out of Portland, Oregon, Mr. Steven. But his name is spelled with a PH. Mine is spelled with a B. I do want to go and meet up with him. That'd be kind of cool. Or he comes here, but yeah, he knows a bit about home brewing, and it's cool to watch his stuff. So he also does liquor. His last one was Bushmills 12 Irish single malt, and he's very organized behind him. In a good way. That's good. So cheers to you. I don't really. Like I said, I'm just trying to. I'm gonna brew ET Full Home, and I better have like a nice hazy 8% New England style beer for fuck's sake. I need to get it right, man. But it's been a year of educating myself with the New England style. It's been a whole year of just trying to get something right, and it's like hit or miss sometimes, and it's like probably one of the hardest styles I've ever brewed. So I once said, "Oh, this is easy. It's easy to brew, but it's not. It's hard to perfect." Yeah. So, cheers. Thank you, Eric.
Cheers.
You got it.
Cheers, man.
Man. All right, let's go over to Spargo.
All right. On my channel, I do 2 premieres a month, usually mid-month and the end of the month. And we do different techniques, different paint pour techniques. So it's always an interesting challenge. Right now, I'm working on some tile work for some people that wanted some tile art. And so I'm going to be putting up some videos for that. I don't do a lot of videos. I don't post a lot of videos except for my premieres, but I'm going to start doing a little more of that. I'm also working with some resin. And one of the people I do want to shout out because she is so fun to watch is Resin Me Up. And she talks like you're right there. She asks questions. Well, what do you think of this? Like we can answer her, but she's not live. So it's really a lot of fun. She is amazing. She uses really, really cool molds like lizards and frogs and different things. So, and she tries a lot of different things whether they work or not. And so that's a really fun thing. And so that's pretty much it for my channel. The collaborations twice a month, and I'm gonna start putting up just some videos that aren't premieres, if I remember to turn the camera on. So
Oh,
yeah, that's always interesting.
I hate that.
So anyway, that's about it for me.
All right. Thanks, Sparkle, everybody. Sparkle. All right. Tanner is up.
All right. Cheers, guys. So shout outs for me. Next Monday, we're going to be doing the Brew and Booze Reviews, episode 2. So it's kind of like a wild card in a sense where you just bring any type of adult beverage. And yeah, we'll hang out and just do some reviews. Next Thursday, actually, I will be reviewing my Mexican hot chocolate stout. So look out for that. That'll pretty much be anytime Thursday. So just look out for the video on my channel or the live stream. Look out for more whiskey and beer reviews as far as video reviews. And shout out to other people. Check out Curiosity Public with Dutch, Dylan, and Jules. Those guys are awesome. They're kind of like me, and they review a bunch of different spirits. But then they also do like different experimental videos, which is pretty cool. Like they tried to remake the Midwinter Night's Dram with Rendezvous Rye and some port wine. So they actually like did like a little experiment. Yeah, and they do videos like that, which is really cool. So check them out. And also check out Nerd Sense with Sean and Mike. I feel like it's been a while since we've shouted them out. 2 great guys, very cool. Hopefully, Beer Tuber Blues and stuff, probably be able to hang out with them again. But definitely check out their channel. And thanks for having me, Art. Cheers.
Nice. Cheers.
Hi. Thanks, Tanner. East Coast Liquor Reviews. Okay, so if you stuck around this long into the review, or you just stumbled into here, you know what channel you're at. The Thomas Metal 75 channel of YouTube for the Massachusetts Beer Reviews. We do mostly beers, and we do some whiskeys and tequilas and agave spirits, really. If I ever get to any rum, you'll see it on this channel. What else? Yeah, I got some videos in the pipeline that need to get thrown up on the channel. I did a review of the Green River Weeded Bourbon recently, so go check that out. And I also play drums in a hard rock and heavy metal band called Oxblood Forge. And we're getting ready to go into the studio in hopefully right around or a little bit after Labor Day and put out another 7-song release. If you like 80s metal, stoner, doom metal, that good old Iron Maiden, Black Sabbath kind of stuff, then yeah, check out Oxblood Forge wherever you can stream music online. We will be there. And if you look up Oxblood Forge on Bandcamp, we'll have CDs. We got a 10-inch vinyl. We got cassettes. We got T-shirts. We can ship any of that stuff around the world. And if you just want a digital download, we got you covered there too. So check out Oxblood Forge on the World Wide Web. As far as people to check out on the YouTube platform, I would definitely say go check out for some really good home brewing and beer knowledge beyond our good buddy Beer Man over here. I would say another good buddy of ours is Shark Home Brewing Adventures. He just put out a video 7 hours ago. If you want to learn about Idaho 7 Hunt, so go check them out there. And honestly, who else can we name? There's so many good different channels out there in the world.
No.
Believe Jay Terrio just finished up a examination on his channel. I think Jean Pierre was there for the Hurricane High Gravity Malt Liquor. So go check out his channel too. I know everybody probably knows his channel, so go check him out. Good stuff.
Gnome Brewing too.
Yes, he's in Rhode Island, I believe, as well.
It's Providence.
Good stuff, everybody. All right, so this has been really good. We don't have Alex to take us out.
This is Alex the Beer Mouse.
Yeah.
See you next time.
Yeah, well, thanks for everybody joining Bumpy, Beerman, Sparkle, Tanner, East Coast Liquor Reviews, and on behalf of myself, Thomas Metal 75, as I like to say, keep tasting those great beers. Cheers. We'll see you
Cheers.
soon. And we will let Alex lead us off to the promised land.
Bullshit! Bullshit! We're guilty here.